This is the next video in the video series about renovating the RV. I am so excited to get everything done on the RV and get moved in. When you're renovating an RV and you're excited about it, there are a whole bunch of things that you want to get done immediately. The first thing that is making the transition easier for me is that we're renting a storage unit. We've got stuff, for example, the dresser my parents bought when they were pregnant with me that my dad refinished and I have used for 50 years. There are also seasonal clothes and things that we're honestly not sure we would use, or items we want to keep in the event that we purchase a house down the road. Having a storage unit means you don't have to let things go. It's not an all or nothing. For me, that's helped me relax into downsizing to 260 square feet and moving into an RV full time. Other things that I've been doing is measuring the space in the RV, bringing containers to the RV that we have already, like the baskets that fit above the master bed and the containers that I used for my tall, skinny closet. And then I bring them back home and I have been emptying out my dresser into these containers and using them at the house so that I can get used to how they work. And I can also see how much space I need. I'm looking at the drawers and the items in our home that we use most of the time, and I'm setting them aside so that we can figure out how to use them the most efficiently in the RV. Now that I have shared with you the things that I'm trying to do at the house, I'm going to give you the update on what is happening at the RV. This may sound silly to some of you, but you don't know what you don't know. And I'm going to have many of those experiences over time with the RV. When I was here yesterday, we do have some water in the tank. And I turned the pump on. The pump wasn't working right. And I wasn't getting any pressure. And I went outside and found water leaking. So I knew one of the first things that I want to do is figure out the water pump. And in asking Google and all of you how to hook up an RV hose, I learned that when you put the RV on city water, you have the pressure from the hose and it bypasses the tank. You don't need to use the water pump. Who knew? Not me, but I do know now. So the first thing I'm going to do here at the RV is hook up the water hose. I hooked up the pressure regulator to the hose. The filter directions and people online say you can hook them up here or at the RV. And I was going to do it here, but realized that we're far enough away, about 25 feet of hose. I wanted it near the RV so it was easier to check and change when the temperatures drop. So I have the pressure regulator, the hose. It's a heated food grade hose. And then here we are. I use the elbow on the RV. I have the water filter and the hose, and it's plugged in so that we can evaluate if the temperature is too cold. And here we are inside the RV. The air is getting out of the line. We have pressure and we have water. One thing I showed in the last video was a picture of this. This is the inside of the bathroom door, as you can see. So it closes and it's out of the way, but gives us lots of storage for whatever we want. The other thing I did with the composting toilet is I got coconut husk. You take one of the bricks and a gallon of water, put it in a container. It creates 2 gallons. I put it to the fill line that it was supposed to go to in the composting toilet. The composting toilet is totally ready to go. There are so many little things to do, and I kind of walk in here and get distracted by a million things and find myself starting 3 or 4 things and then forgetting where I'm at. So super important to have a list. This is a very comprehensive list of all the little things that need to get done. The next thing I'm going to work on is this curtain. It was the first one that I had installed. The wire's a little bit long, so I'm going to shorten that. The other thing we're going to do up here is you can kind of see right here her blue pineapple print. I sewed material that Taven picked out onto Reflectix to use as window coverings for her, and I'm going to attach the Velcro to those. So the Velcro to all all of those, the wire, and then I'm going to put some of her containers into her storage space. I have a toy hammock and a bar that hangs necklaces and jewelry, and I'm gonna look and see if it's obvious where to put those and they're out of the way. I'm gonna do it. If not, we'll wait till we move in. But the next thing I'm gonna do is complete Taven's bunk. Okay, I laid up here and I put the double-sided Velcro, and I got Taven's super cool pineapple curtains done. I love this bathroom cabinet, so we kept that, added the sink, added the backsplash, and I wanted to add a light fixture. Here's what happened. This box is not as wide as the whole space, which I know is probably a little bit hard to see. The light was centered in the box and not centered in the space. What that meant was when I went to hang the mirror, the center of the light was an inch over to the right. So today I took that down, I moved it over to the center of the space, and I hung the mirror, and here we are. We're thinking we might be able to keep this bench. It's a tight fit to get through anyway. There will be a curtain hanging here, but if we can keep it, we will. This is the flip up desk that was in the kitchen. We didn't like it there. I took it home, refinished it, and our plan is to put it partially on this over for my desk space. That's one of the projects that we have to finish. Another thing that I did that I wanted to show you is along the sides, I got from Camping World these shoe cubbies. You don't see them. It wraps all the way around the front. So if we can't use this bench, we'll have storage that way. And then they wrap all the way around here. Even if we can only put a couple pairs of shoes or we decide to put something different there, I am putting storage in everywhere I can possibly find it because that's so important. This was the plan, to put this piece, the butcher block, on this side of the bed. Yep, it takes up a lot of space. We have room for a computer to go here, and then all of the space you can use for a desktop. This is supposed to be my space. This door has no problem opening. We knew we could go up to this ridge. That wasn't necessary though. We thought about bringing it all the way over, which was an option, and we decided to leave this 9 3/4 wide space for the actual PC, and then to have the rest of it for the desk. So we'll see. I got 2 Trones, and I love these, by Ikea. One of them is for Dane, and it fits perfectly underneath the desk, right on this lip, and will not get in the way of the desk at all. The other one, excuse the mess, is on my side. I was gonna actually put them side by side and they fit fine. I ended up liking the other one on the other side. This right now is kind of a dumping ground, so excuse the mess. Taven? Yeah? Can you open up your space and show it to me? So on this side, we brought 1 container of books. Taven got 3 of these milk crates to put special stuff in. There'll also be 2 for clothes. We just kind of want to see how things were fitting. We got the hammock up for her toys, and she brought them, and we got the jewelry hanger up. After installing the Trones, I put together the Ikea cabinet that is for the toilet room. It is installed. There's going to be a lot of paint touch-up. Today I had about 2 hours, which was less than I anticipated. I wanted to do a few things. One, get the Trones installed, which I did. Put together the cabinet above the toilet and install it, which I did. Drain the water tank that's underneath our bed, which I did. We went to the DMV, had moving permits prior, and we got the RV smogged and registered, and that got done. So I got all the license plates on, got all of the paperwork put in the cab. I wanted to start getting books set up, did that. Finished Taven's bed area. Hello, Taven. did that, and then basically clean up, because the next time we come, we'll be installing the cabinets and the countertop. So I want to get that done. Trying to keep things clean and organized while you're doing a renovation, super difficult. But I have stuff that needs to get hung up that's in the kitchen that we're not ready to do. The tools there, trash, our lists. Bar stools are here, so that's ready. We bought these. We bought 3 for $30. We only needed 2 of them. We figured we could resell them, but before we buy the super nice ones that are out of stock, we figured we would try these and make sure it works and we like it. The desk will go here for counter space, and then this is ready to install the cabinet and the butcher block. Going back and forth from the RV to the house has been really, really helpful. I know what containers fit in the RV, what I want more of, what I need to bring back home, what's going to storage, that sort of thing. And I'm so excited, on a side note, that I have a box that started. There were a few things I ordered for this RV that we didn't use, and it was too late to send back. Nothing super expensive, but I was kind of excited that I got to keep them. And I'm starting a box for the next RV renovation. I would love to start purchasing older ones and flipping them. The water damage on this one was really extensive. Barring extensive water damage, I feel really comfortable doing the renovation, and I really love it. Going back and forth also allows me to review the to-do list. There are a bunch of things that Dane and I need to do together. We need to get a storage unit. That will be great, because once we have the storage unit, we can start going through things in the house that we know we're keeping but not bringing into the RV, and just start bringing them there. At this point, the RV is getting really close to being done. And the next step is to start to get things out of our house that needs to just go to the storage unit. There are random things that we need to do also that I want to do with Dane. One of them is measuring the distance from the RV to the septic dump, and then ordering the pipe for that. We have 5-gallon propane tanks. I want to have them all filled and brought to the RV. The 16-gallon tank that's permanently attached to the RV, we can only get filled if we back the RV out and drive it somewhere to get it filled, which is not realistic. Last winter, the RV was parked in this spot and we had knee-deep snow. We're not going to want to back it out and drive it every time we need to fill it. And we're not going to be able to do that. The only thing we're using propane for is the hot water heater and the stove top. Found the fuse box. I have a picture of it. And one of the things that Dana and I want to do together is go to Camping World to get all the replacement fuses. My thought was to just replace everything so that they're all brand new, and then know what we need. We need to get a little bit preventative and ahead of it before we're in the middle of the winter and something blows and we need to try to figure it out. The other thing we need to do together is level the RV. We have the leveling blocks and the chalk blocks all ready to go. It is definitely not level, and that will take some, back and forth and maneuvering to get done together. We have a sunblock for the front dash area of the cab of the RV. We're going to actually just spray paint cardboard to put into the 2 doors, the windows, just so people can't see in. That wouldn't be super easy to do. We just figured we would block it out so that it's a non-issue. We need to get the wood and have it cut at Home Depot for Dane's shelves in his closet. Now that things have been moved in and out, we have some white paint that we need to touch up on the walls. That was expected. Ta-da! The cabinets and the countertop are done and installed. Love the butcher block. All of our curtains need to be ordered. This, we are very happy with it. We're ordering a bench with storage and little cubbies. That is almost ready to go. We have to go to the store and get bigger screws to screw it down into the floor. It's pretty set though. The bedroom is set to go. May change the desk. Need to remove extra containers and remove the twin mattress that we had in here from the bed frame that we were going to use as a couch. Basically, this master bedroom is done, except we haven't ordered curtains yet, and we actually have to just bring our mattress and bring our clothes. It will be like this until we move in. We're all set. We'll see how much space we have and how much this interferes. I did make a standing desk that is on a tripod that I can set up and take down. So if this gets in the way too much, we already have another option. This area is all done. All ready to go, ready to live in. The bathroom area, the only thing left to do is, there are a bunch of places where paint needs to be touched up. I put empty containers in here that fit, that I already had. We'll see. And then this, I do still need to secure it more permanently at the top, although it is pretty good. And yesterday I went to the Dollar Tree and I looked for containers that fit in this spot, and I found two options. These are 2 for $1. They are just Ziploc containers. We'll probably get some more of those so that we can put smaller items inside them. That's going well. I'll reinforce the top, and this is all set to go. We'll just grab a couple more of those. Taven's area is all done, except actually bringing her stuff in. The front cab area below her is also set. We will order a rod for hanging clothes in there, and we've got baskets in there for shoes. Shelves, we don't have them all set up yet. We're not sure what we're putting where yet. This one over here is where we're setting up books, all subject to change. This will be an extended countertop. Even though it's a desk we already own, it will be a lot of countertop and a lot of storage. I installed the knife block. It's installed with a special glue, and so those strips are there for it to adhere for a full day. I hung up the paper towel holder and the fruit hammock. I have my drying rack here. The sink is different than I had expected. I thought it was going to be a 50-50 split. This sink is not the same sink as the link that I was sent. I prefer the 50-50 split. I ordered this faucet and I love the way it looks. It doesn't pull out like I thought it was going to be, like a pull out, move it around, you could carry it out your front door type of thing. And it's not. It's pretty stiff. I need to look at the Amazon link where I bought it and kind of see if it's something that I can adjust to get more of the cable out, or if that's the way it is. Because I expected the faucet to be right in the middle of the sink, and this sink took up so much space, there wasn't enough room. So I don't mind it in the corner. What I do mind is that it doesn't reach over to the other side of the sink. So we'll see how that goes. It is crazy how much we've been getting done at the RV. It's also crazy how much needs to get done. One thing we have not ever done is set a move-in date. We're kind of winging it. This is the list that will go on the next video that we need to get done. We need to get a storage unit and start bringing stuff to the storage unit. We need to level the RV, measure the septic line and purchase it, fill the propane tanks and bring them up there, and figure out what sort of connector we need. I'm pretty sure we're going to need one. Get the shelves for Dane's closet, get the screws for the cabinet, purchase the new fuses at Camping World, install everything for Dane's closet. I have to get more black spray paint and get the cardboard up in the cab areas. I need to touch up all of the paint. The other thing that needs to get done is we have to order things. I don't know about you, but when you have $1,200 of stuff and you're pretty sure there are going to be additional items to order, we are pacing ourselves on how much we can spend to purchase the things that we need to finish. One of the things we need to purchase is the bench to sit on at the butcher block. Another thing we need to purchase are all the curtains, which is a pretty big deal. I may like the neighbors and our son where our RV is parked. However, I would like to block their view while I'm going to the bathroom. Most of what's in the Amazon cart are curtains, curtain rods, stuff to finish the pegboard, the mount for one of the computer monitors and for the TV, the little cube containers that will go into both sides of the kitchen dining area. Once we finish everything on the RV that we can do right now, we get the storage unit and we're able to purchase the items from Amazon and the bench. We will have more to install, but really we're getting down to the last
few things that need to get done, we could pick a move-in date. Thanks for watching. Watch for the next video in the series. Look back at the progress that we've made. This has been an absolute blast, a huge learning experience. Thanks for sharing it with me.